being a creative mom is one of the most unsought after job positions in the world. I raised 5 very creative children. This morning I woke up to a pile of sawdust. Now, we homeschooled for many years, and I got to the point of all they really need to know is the love of learning, which is precisely what public schools take away from them. Sit down, do what we say, read this, do this because we said so. I can't tell you how many times I, as a kid, sat in school saying, why do I have to learn this? It was a good question, but we were told because we said so, because the school board decided or whatever. And we still had that question, but we did it anyway. We got to graduate from high school. Why? I was that kid. I had undiagnosed ADHD, and I lived with a clinically diagnosed schizophrenic mother. She was cool. One day it was this mood, one day it was that, and she was always happy. She was just always happy. I never saw her mad. I don't think I ever saw her mad. I was super creative. My dad was a spreadsheet guy. Lines, check off the boxes. Make a pros and cons list, Jen. That's how you make a decision. And there was no emotion involved at all. So I was just like a typhoon of just emotions and creativity and ideas, and I never knew how to reel it in. And guess what? I'm 56. I still don't have this stuff figured out. But the one thing I know is YouTube saved my life, because I wound up in an abusive situation and I was sick of it. I wanted to get out. And the lovely people of YouTube came along and started talking to me through a camera. That's why I'm here, to pay it forward. You're not crazy. No, you're creative. You're not just creative, you're talented. You're not just talented, you're anointed. And not only that, you are probably beautiful. Just saying. And on top of that, you're the person that everyone wishes they could be like, look like, do like, but you wake up every morning going, my head is such a mess. How do I put these things in order? How do I organize my life? How do I be better? How do I get this stuff done? And so being a creative mom, I taught my kids to go with the flow and chase the creativity, but the discipline end of it was their dad, the abuser. I have to come up with a nickname for him, but God bless him. We decided long ago we were not going to talk him. We were going to remember the memory, laugh about it, cry about it, and then say, bless him. May he swim with the sharks. That's what I say. I'm getting there, though, because bitterness keeps you bitter. And bitter herbs cleanse out what? Parasites. Okay, so bitterness is good if you're an herb. I'm Jennifer. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my wonderful channel of I Just Have to Pay It Forward, because if I could do it, you could do it. Okay? And one thing I got stuck in is victim mentality. And when you're in the poor me, someone needs to help me mentality, you're stuck. And I am now raising my youngest son, my youngest child, and he is spoiled. Not by me. Wasn't my fault. Don't clap back in the comments, girls. His older sisters, pretty much, they had a system behind my back. If mom is acting weird or doesn't get it, you come tell me and I'll make sure it happens. So they always figured it out. They had this figure out ability, and they still do. And they're all quite incredibly successful and talented and gorgeous and all the things. But the youngest, who is still in my care, he's into woodworking. So all I do as a mom is we'll deal with the discipline of the mess as we go, but build me something. And I was going to buy a rolling countertop thingamajig. And for my kitchen because the stove is kind of just against the wall with no counters, and I don't cook and I don't care, but my kids cook. I think food is a waste of time. But honestly, when I step back as a mother, as a homeschool mother, as an other mother, because they all come here, and what we do is our motherly job is to teach them the way they should go. And for God's sake, do not stifle their creativity because there's so much healing in creativity. I don't know how to explain this, but I came out of 23-ish years of psychological torment, emotional abuse, where I was like shot fired and I was crying and he was a spiritual guy ish. He was a wolf in sheep's clothing. And to this day has two of the other wives in his custody, in his kingdom, where all the children jump and serve him. Apparently he works now. Good for him. Now that he's something 5 in that retirement age, may he be blessed swimming with the sharks. And not a dollar of child support. I had to get out of there, get up, get out, and get on with it. And I did. And here I am. If I could do it with nothing, you could do it too. And I lost my train of thought. Welcome, menopause, to my day. Yes, I'm 4 months with a menopause belly, baby. But authentically speaking, creativity has helped heal my brain. And I'm working with a professional right now to kind of write down the formula of what I did and how I got here, because there's something amazing about not thinking so much of yourself. The Bible says, and I believe in God and Jesus and all that, but if you don't, hear me out. It says, don't think of yourself more highly than you ought. And the other day I was in one of those hardware stores looking around. It's a fun place for me. And this thought hit me. Because I'm very visual, sometimes, my mom would tell me, I would say, I forgot what I was doing. I can't remember where I am. And she would say, go back to the room you were in. Just go back to where you were. Visually, it worked. I don't know what it is. If you do, write it in the comments. It might be a science thing. And I would go back to my bedroom and go, oh yeah, I was going to get the scissors and come back. So I'm going back to the memory in the hardware store, which is just a little clue to how we get it all together after something umpteen years of abuse, because God was against me. If I disobeyed him, I was against God. That's how he kept me in invisible chains. God hates divorce, Can't be doing that. Whoa, we're sinners. But we can gossip and we can lie and we can cheat and we can kill and we can steal, but we can't divorce. Can't do that. You be my slave, lady. Sit down and obey the man of God. Woe to man that thine thus be. I did that. Oh my gosh, I did it. And I survived. So how do the creativity keeps your mind thinking. Now we got AI and you can go to those tools and I'm just surmising in 20 years, people will be lobotomized. Go to ChatGPT. Go to the, AI and get some great. But on the contrary, when you are a creative thinker, you see those as tools. So use them as you may, because it's amazing stuff. But I was taught not to think for myself. And the thing with even Christianity and religions is you get in your mindset and then the logic disappears. So when you read the Proverbs, it says, don't make a deal and shake hands with a fool. Like, duh, that's kind of common sense. So there's a lot of common sense that people just don't apply to things. Back to the creativity subject. We have a hard time seeing our kids in the future, if they don't have a thing that they're supposed to be when they grow up, and a path like this college and that high school and all that stuff going on, and these numbers and those grades and that system. Whereas I was encouraged by my mother to just play the piano. And my dad said, take lessons. And I tried. And I wish I could rewind and change that thing of my life where I did not listen to my dad and I did not take piano lessons. I mean, I did. And I would sit there and look at Mary Had a Little Lamb and say, I can play this by myself. I don't need these stupid black dots, And I didn't. And I would play it for her with flavor. And she was like, but okay, we're not doing that now. We're doing this. And I'm like, but why? I didn't know why. So giving yourself, your inner child, if that's a thing, I do think it is. It's like the first 5, I don't want to cuss, but it would sound so good right there. 5 effing years of your life did something to you, don't you think? It did something to me. It did a lot of good. My parents were always happy. There was even in my dad's worry, he would make a joke and we would all just start laughing. And we would laugh it off, but we always kept it going forward. And my mom never gave up. She died after my dad did. Like, she never gave up. Something inside of her wasn't going to give up. I know I have that. It's German blood, 3 parts German. So the healing process, the healing journey coming out of abuse, having kids, single mom, the victimhood, all that stuff was like this swirling mess in my mind. Where like, how do I just be okay? I just want to be okay. I want to make it through a month and be okay. And I finally got to the point where I'm like, okay, and everything's okay. And I'm really okay. Like, how can this not be, like, what? How can this not be okay? So I didn't do it myself. I don't have a 3-step process. All I can say is get up, get out, get on with it. And bring your kids with you. Because being a real parent and an authentic mess of a human, you can say, you know what? I don't think of myself more highly than I ought. Oh, but you play piano so well. I'm like, you know what? I messed up like 5 times during that set. Did you notice? Yeah, you didn't notice, but I did. I'm not that great. And you strive to get better. But humility is the most beautiful thing. I'm not saying I'm humble because that would probably make me some not humble person, but I'm in the hardware store and I'm saying, I hear, don't think of yourself more highly than you ought. And I was like, I'm just a mom with stretch marks and menopause baby and flabby arms, but and I know how to do the thing to get it better, but I don't, because I wake up with just brain fog and I don't feel like it. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going to quit. I mean, these young girls are freaking beautiful, and they're like, I'm so fat, I'm so ugly. I did the same thing. It's the season of life you're in. When you get on this side of the rainbow, it's that like that girl. We don't care. We're part of the We Don't Care club. Like, I do care, but I don't care. I don't care what people think about me. YouTube. I want to pay this forward to whoever I reach, because there's a bunch of me's out there, a bunch of Jennifers out there. J Hi, because I'm not J Lo. I'm J Hi. Jennifer, I'm Jamigo. I'm your friend. That's literally my name, Jennifer Amigo. And the funny thing is, my mother's maiden name is Connect. So I connect friends. So come connect with me. All right. So if I told you my age, you might not believe me anyway. But here I am saying, I think I'm all of that, but I'm over here. So you know what I do to pay my bills? I have a job. Kind of. It's pretty embarrassing. And then that hit me and I was like, you just hug toilets, Jennifer. You really shouldn't think of yourself more highly than you ought. I'm like, but I'm low-key a rock star. Like, I write music. And like, yeah, but you didn't do anything with it. So it's the cross between your potential, what you want to do with your life, what's God's plan for your life, and how do you like get all in the middle of that and then bring a bunch of kids along with you and clean the mess as you go. Because if I could show you. We've got sawdust. And you know, I'm like, this is cool. First thing that came to my mind, how do I sell this? Like, can you sell sawdust? Because I'm always like, garbage has value. That's what there's garbage trucks. Companies that pick up your garbage, right? If you're still alive with 2 eyes and 2 hands and all my fingers are still good. My nails aren't cute, but who cares? No makeup, Jen, whatever. You're valuable. You just, there's still something inside of you that has you here today. And it's snowing, sawdust, and it's a beautiful day, isn't it? My thing fell over. What the heck? And they swore it would never, ever fall over. But it did. And look at me. I am living like this happy life of I didn't earn this. I prayed for this. I didn't get this. It was given to me. Yeah, I pay for it. But dude, there's a lot involved with getting out of a shelter and getting a house. There's a lot involved in getting into a little apartment. People that are up here forget how hard it is, or maybe they never were down as low as I've been, living in the basement of a church with all my kids sleeping on blankets, not mattresses. running from getting caught, running from the man, running, driving fast, packing my stuff, running, going to survive. And I was the victim because it wasn't fair. And I didn't decide for this, and this isn't what I wanted, and all of that stuff. To get here, man, I worked hard to get where I am. If I could tell you one thing, you better not give up. If you want to lose weight, get up, get out, and get on with it. You know what to do. Stop complaining. Stop it. Yeah, but my big bones and just stop. When you fast and pray, everything changes. Everything changes. That's how I got out of there. I was 19 years on the island of Puerto Rico being abused. And I fasted and prayed many times, but at the end, I really was like, this has got to change. Something's wrong. What is it? I didn't know I was being abused. I thought I was doing God's will. I did not know. And I speak to people in the church or in ministry teams going, this is just so weird. This is wrong. I'm not comfortable. Guess what? It is. That's not the way God designed it. I love my church people. I play piano. I go from church to church a lot. I'm on that like, hey, Jen, can you come play? Sure. Give me the set list. And I got to deal with the click tracks and all the stuff. And I show up and I make friends everywhere I go. God just made me that way. Coming to a theater near you. That'd be me. But you cannot quit. You have a purpose. You have to get from the bottom and out of victimhood to, hey, I got sawdust. Look, in the end of the day, if this is what you got, sell it. Give it. I mean, like we got spray painted gold and it would look like gold leaf, right? I mean, spray paint's expensive, but anyway, you got something going on. You got breath in your lungs. Thank God you're alive today. Just thank him. I made it. And I'm encouraging myself because I woke up feeling like a little stiff, a little unhappy. I have diagnosed ADHD. I'm on a path to figure it out because I don't like the way my brain just doesn't work. I want to do the thing. And the one thing I want to do the most is reach you. I want to reach you because I was you. I was living with a jerk of a man. Guy hates divorce. We never even got married. He kind of abducted me with a gun and said, get in the van. We're going to Puerto Rico. We're driving and then we're hopping into a boat. And you're coming with me to be my slave, my domestic wife slave, to make babies and do what I say. And he wanted 3 colors, so there was 3 of us. He said there was going to be 4, but she never showed up. Good for you, girl. And I was so obedient. And I was doing the routine, and I was following the, you know, what he said. And I started to say, let me get out of this box I'm in, because it doesn't feel right. It isn't right. And my prayer, because he beat me up so badly and said, God doesn't hear you. What? That's not what that means. Oh, that's what you think your dream means? That's not what it means. Oh my gosh, the man belittled me and pulverized me. And all I could pray at that point was, get me out. Just help me. What? Change everything. And that sounded good to me. Lord, change everything. God, change everything. I know you're real. I've been talking to you in the closet on my knees for years. Change everything. Because everything sucked. You can read my book. You'll see the story. What am I supposed to do now? What are you going to do, Jen? What? What you think you know better? Huh? You know any better? Oh, you're going to figure it out? That's how he would talk to me. And I was like, no, well, yeah. Believe me, that was me. I would go, well, you don't hear nothing from God except it comes through me. I'm the head. I'm the man. If that's you, come with me and you'll see there's a world, pure imagination. We got sawdust. We got dreams. And come with me. I promise you're going to be okay. If you live in your car for a little while, you don't have a car, you live in the corner of a house, you'll be happier there. And you know what? There's other things that God hates besides divorce. So you can leave that, mother. You can. Because I said so. In the name of Jesus, I said you can. Follow me. I got to be a little reverent. All you, seekers of the wrong of the Christian community. I know why women go back to their abusers. You want to know why? Because you were taught this system, a restraining system where everything worked. And that's all you know. And you got, shaking it off is hard. I didn't even know how to use a cell phone when I got out of there. But I'm not her anymore. I'm me now. I've renamed myself. I don't know what it is yet. I'm working on it. We're work in progress, right? That's why everything doesn't have to be spotless at all times, because we're cooking, right? But you realize that creativity helps you to think outside of your box and go, maybe there is a way. Maybe there's a way. Maybe you could sell sawdust and become a millionaire. Watch me go. Watch me. Come join this journey, because I'm here and I'm probably 5 steps ahead of you. I figured it out. I got out. I didn't like where I was. I moved and I kept going. I just can't quit. Just if you're alive today and you got something, say this: I will get up, I will get out, and I will get on with it. I go give something to someone. When you give your energy to somebody else, you plug in and you pass it on. You multiply. So that's what I'm doing with you today. I'm going to go sell me some sawdust. Have a nice day.